In a forgotten town surrounded by dense woods and creeping fog stood a building that had long been erased from maps. Ravenswood Hospital was once a place of healing. It had transformed into a decaying relic of sorrow, terror, and the unexplained. For decades, no one dared go near it. Those who did never returned quite the same. Ravenswood was built in 1956 and designed as a state-of-the-art mental health facility. Initially, it was hailed as a sanctuary for the mentally ill, offering new treatments and hope. But soon, rumors began to spread. Patients complained of night terrors, visions of dark figures standing over their beds. Staff members began reporting sleep paralysis, whispers echoing in the halls, and feelings of being watched. Some quit. Others vanished without explanation. In 1973, an entire wing of the hospital was mysteriously sealed off following a patient riot. Officials claimed it was due to structural damage, but no repairs were ever made. Within a year, the hospital shut down abruptly. All staff were transferred, all records locked away, and Ravenswood was abandoned, left to rot with its secrets. Locals began calling it the House of the Hollow, a name whispered with fear. Teenagers dared each other to enter. Most ran out screaming. Some didn't come out at all. Years later, a team of seasoned paranormal investigators known as the Hollow Watch decided to break the silence. They had heard the stories, shadow people, screaming walls, ghostly apparitions, but they wanted proof. The team numbers: Eli, a lead investigator, skeptical but curious; Tasha, the tech specialist with a passion for spirit communication; Marcus, a historian obsessed with medical hauntings; Jade, sensitive empath with an uncanny ability to feel energies. They arrived on a moonless night. With infrared cameras, EMF detectors, and EVP recorders in hand, they stepped into Ravenswood. From the first step inside, the temperature dropped. The lights flickered, despite the building being disconnected from the grid. The air was thick, not with dust, but with presence. The encounters began. Room after room revealed remnants of the past: rusted wheelchairs, patient files scattered on the floor, blood-stained sheets still on beds. As they explored, strange events began to unfold. In the children's ward, Tasha heard faint lullabies with no source. Her recorder picked up a voice whispering, "Stay with us." In the East Wing, where the riot had occurred, Marcus's camera caught a dark figure standing in the doorway, unmoving, eyeless. In the surgical theater, Eli found the walls covered in markings. Not graffiti, but patient names, carved over and over in manic repetition. In the morgue, Jade collapsed, sobbing uncontrollably. She said she felt dozens of hands clutching at her legs, begging her not to leave. Their EMF readers spiked. Batteries drained within minutes. The team heard footsteps in the floors above them, despite all floors being clear. The most terrifying moment came when they reached the sealed-off wing. The door, previously welded shut, now stood ajar. Against all instinct, they entered. Inside was a large ward, untouched for years. The beds were bolted to the floor. Shackles still hung from them. An old reel-to-reel tape played in the corner, looping distorted screams and a voice calmly narrating. Subject 27, resistance increasing. Apply sedation. Suddenly, the room turned frigid. Doors slammed shut. Their equipment malfunctioned. A loud, guttural roar echoed from within the walls. Then, silence. After fleeing the hospital, the team scoured local archives. They discovered that Ravenswood had been a front for illegal human experiments. A Dr. Wallace Greaves had used patients, especially orphans and those without family, as test subjects for controversial procedures, believing he could excise evil from the human mind. He believed madness was contagious and tried to remove it like a tumor. His experiments involved isolation, lobotomies, and audio triggers. It's said that on the night of the riot, patients rebelled after a child was found dead from one of Greaves' experiments. The staff locked the ward and left them all inside. They burned to death when a fire broke out. But the government covered it up. The team's footage went viral. Experts tried to debunk it, but no explanation sufficed. The audio evidence was undeniable. Shadows, whispers, voices calling the investigators by name long before they introduced themselves aloud. 1 year later, Tasha went missing. Her last message? A garbled voicemail ending with the words, "I'm back at Ravenswood, they won't let me leave." The Hollow Watch disbanded. Eli refuses to talk. Marcus now lives in seclusion. Jade was institutionalized, claiming the voices followed her home. Ravenswood still stands, quiet, waiting. And sometimes, people say they still hear that tape playing. For more horror stories, like, subscribe, and ring the bell.